Willpower Bands are a fun and versatile training tool for improving your speed, endurance, and strength. This video will show you all the great ways you can use these bands. But first we need to talk about safety, because if you don't use these bands correctly, you can get injured very easily. So listen up. First thing, always follow instructions. There are a lot of great training videos here that will show you how to train effectively. Stick to them. Second, don't leave the Willpower Bands outside in the sun. Sun kills rubber. If the band is showing signs of wear and tear, throw it away and get a new one. Third thing, always anchor your bands to a secure place. Behind a hinged door works well. So does looping it around a sturdy post. Fourth, always keep a little tension in the bands. It's not good for you to jerk from no resistance to full resistance. That's how you get injured. Okay, one last thing. There are a lot of stupid ways to use Willpower Bands that'll get you hurt. Here are a few of the most common ways. It's not an exhaustive list, but please use common sense. 1, do not pull the bands back as far as you can and let them snap back. 2, do not swing on them like a rope. 3, do not run as far as you can until the band snaps you back. 4, do not attach them to your feet and try to run with them. Okay, now let's talk about all the great ways you can train with Willpower Bands. They're incredibly versatile, and it all starts with all of the different ways that you can attach the bands to your body. We'll start with bands in hand. Bands in hand is the simplest and most common way to use the bands. You'll use this grip for pull and push movements, from rows to butterflies to battle bands. See these loops here at the end of the bands? They are not handles. When you have the bands in hand, they are safety straps, depending on the exercise. You'll put your hands through the straps and grip the bands up or bands down. The second setup is the lasso position. The lasso position is incredibly valuable. 1, it doubles the resistance of the band, and 2, it allows you to do cardio exercises like a loaded stationary sprint, explosive speed drills like loaded block starts and resistance runs, rotational work for swing sports and striking sports, plus leg and core work like lunges and burpees. To create the lasso, simply pull each band through each loop separately until they are large enough to get around the body part you're attaching them to. Slip into the loop and tighten. The third setup is the double loop. The double loop is a real pro feature. It quadruples the resistance. This lets you do squats, good mornings, and RDLs, among a few other things. Similar to setting up the lasso, start by pulling the band through the loops separately. This time, pull them all the way to the middle of the band. In one hand, grab the 2 loops, and the other hand, grab the band as it's folded in the middle. Run your hands out to the end, and now you formed a loop. Last is the split loop. The split loop is another pro feature. This setup also quadruples the resistance, but now you can separate your hands for overhead lifts like military press and overhead squats. Similar to the double loop, you push the lasso to the middle of the band, but this time you lay the band on the ground with your feet about 2 feet apart. Step on the band and then push the loops around your feet. Now you have 2 loops. Get your hands into the loops, and now you're ready for military press. That's it. Hopefully this helps you understand all the ways that you can benefit from using the Willpower Resistance Bands training system. Please be smart. Okay, go train.